dears! Get on! On! Get on! Go on! Get on!
Bloody hell!
The city of Bristol itself is a very unpleasant place. And no civilized company in it.
Alexander Pope. A very sharp, satirical gentleman. But before my time.
I wonder why she done it then.
My informant tells me she was crossed in love by the great Eisenbad Kingdom Bruno.
I thought he was dead, my dear.
I am the famous Bristol reporter, Felix Farm.
That's it. Come on now. Come on.
Why did you jump in? Is it true you were crossed in love by the great Eisenbad Kingdom Bruno? builder of the Great Western Railway, Great Run steamship. Hey, stand there, man. Come on. Get my notebook here. No. Is that where you jumped from the suspension bridge? Also built by Bruno? Just answer yes or no. If too weak to speak, just nod or shake your head. And leave the rest to me in the true tradition of Bristol journalism. Come on.
It was nothing to do with Brannell or whatever his name is. But I grant you, I was crossed in love by a Great Western Railwayman.
I was determined to break the engagement. I am too young for marriage. She said she'd jump off the bridge. I can't help that, can I? I shall now go to sea. There being a great tradition of that in Bristol.
John Cabot sailed the little ship, the Matthew, with a crew of only 18 men out from Bristol into the huge Atlantic in 1497. 52 days later, they landed on the mainland of America. This was 1 year before Columbus himself landed on the mainland of America. If he ever did.
There he is, a good lad. When he got back to pass through customs, who should meet him but his mate, the chief customs officer.
Richard.
John.
A good voyage. New land. Nothing to show for it this time but a cargo of fish.
Fish?
Only fish. But who knows what we may find when we return with a fleet of ships.
I envy you. Only fish, you say. You can trust me, John. No jewels, no spices, no silks.
Fish.
My friend, I will charge you no duty on your fish. Remember me when it comes to the jewels and the spices and the silks. That's all I ask.
I will remember you, my friend.
I may very well sail to America in the first ship ever to be driven by propeller across the Atlantic and launched here right in the port of Bristol.
The steamship Great Britain, the first large iron vessel, 100 feet longer than the largest man-of-war in the Queen's Navy, the first great ocean liner. A very fine example of that quality which differentiates Bristol from all other cities in the kingdom. Her citizens do not just trade. They indulge in big risk, long-term speculation.
On the fifth voyage, they ran her aground. Then they bored holes in her so she sits safe on the bottom through the gales. Then they lifted her. And now there's 300 of us punting for dear life to try and get her back to Liverpool. And there's one thing you can say. No wooden vessel would have survived it. And I must say, it's at times like this I wish I was back in Bristol. Tucked up in bed with Sarah Ann.
I repeat, big risk, long-term speculation is the key to one half of the essential Bristol character through the ages, such as slavery, piracy, voyages of discovery, the Great Western Railway, Great Britain, the Brabazon, the Concorde.
I'm not having her inside. It'll dirty my cab.
We gotta get her to a doctor.
I can't help that. This cab is my living.
But any mud can be washed off afterwards.
And who'll pay to do it then?
Well, our family, perhaps.
What about you?
What about me?
Why don't the Felix Farley Journal pay for it if you're so eager, if you're so anxious?
No. We gotta think about shareholders.
See what I mean?
Oh, I think I just put her down in the road. It's pulling my stomach.
I'll walk.
No, you can't do that, my dear. Besides, I want an interview.
Then pay him to take me to a doctor. I won't utter a damn word.
The city of Bristol is remarkable for sharp dealing. There runs a proverb. One Jew is equal to 2 Genoese, and 1 Bristolian to 2 Jews.
Another one before my time.
Samuel Kerwin. Don't ask me who he was. But that was rather clever what he said, wasn't it? We Bristolians enjoy the humour of what he said of us.
Well then, what about my money?
Well,
I meant to pay all along.
I want it.
Now, what did they remind me of?
Infamous barbarians of Bristol. Wicked, vile, and heartless. You sell women who have been defiled and are pregnant. You sell children. You sell slaves in whole companies and amass huge profits. And you cannot be moved by God or man to end this traffic. Are you so beast-like, so removed from human pity and charity, from love and compassion, that you are insensible to the pain and misery and degradation you inflict on those poor creatures that you sell for profit? Look at them! It is hard to believe that this is the year 1000 AD. Christ has been risen 1,000 years, and the merchants of Bristol still exploit and sell their brothers into slavery in Ireland and in other foreign places.
The bishop is right. But they sell so well to the Irish that 'tis a terrible temptation to any man not in holy orders. After all, they get a good home. It saves them from crime, poverty, and sin more often than not. I suspect it might even be God's will. Well, consider how Christianity came here in the first place.
Felixes,
Holy Father,
where do they come from?
from Bristol in England, Holy Father.
Are they pagan?
In Bristol, Holy Father, they worships only money.
It is a sign from God that I have seen these slaves. I will send bishops to convert the men of Bristol and all that land around.
Your Grace,
Brother Felix,
I fear the king will be angry if you ends the slave trade. The merchants pay him a tax on every sale.
Brother Felix, any English ruler worthy of the name will find both a way to please God and have his tax.
Duke of Normandy and Aquitaine and Earl of Anjou, give and grant by this charter to the good men of Bristol the city of Dublin, for them to inhabit forever.
In the name of God and all Christian compassion, King Henry has slaughtered the Irish to rescue the poor, wretched English slaves that the Irishmen most cunningly forced the innocent merchants of Bristol to ship over to them for almost 1,000 years. Now, justice is done. Bristol owns Dublin as a fine trading centre, and the grateful merchants of Bristol will pay fair taxes to the king in return, and to his descendants, forever and ever.
Damn mud.
You're not the only one that's ended up in the Bristol mud by mistake, I can tell you. She was a total loss, the Demerara.
A young lady friend of mine made a very interesting remark about the mud of Bristol. She said, it's as if nature has taken a purge, and this is the operation of it. The filth and dirt that floats here makes it very loathsome.
No one ever did know his name. But he's Irish, of course, which makes him prejudiced, given the history of Bristol and Ireland. And that was the Britannia. Pity about that, really.
It was lovely floating down. Fancy flying. That's what I did. I flew.
So did the Brabazon for a bit. But it was like her. Pretty in flight, but not really built for the job.
I'd do it again for that feeling. I really would. There's nothing like it on earth.
Not a word. Not one single word, my dear Farley. Before you see my book. Here. As you know, Farley, my school is the most famous in Bristol. So is it so surprising that I conceived this idea when it was my habit to come kite flying here on the downs with my pupils? So I dedicated my book to them, my dear boys. And now, a demonstration of my great invention. My kite carriage, which I've named a Charvolent, Charvolent, is my finest invention. As you know previously, there was my boy spanking machine and my 12-foot diameter globe, which will fold into a gentleman's pocket when required. But this Charvolent, sir, can outpace the mail coach. And being drawn by kites and not by horses, those who travel by her travel like kings. For they pay no toll gate fees. Pay no toll gate fees. Now, let me explain the principle. Up with it, my dear. The kite is made of linen. First we fly a smaller kite, then a second, which is attached to it. And the controls, well, my dear sir, a little dexterity is all a man needs with the machine. Now, pull on this line, and the kite takes the wind and draws the carriage. Lose the line, and the kite floats in the air. Float, float. Do I hear you say, sir, that the wind is not always from the quarter you desire? Ah. See here. A line to each side to incline the kite to any angle you wish to the wind. And now, we are off! Steering, as you see, by a handle. You might almost say a tiller, for believe me, the kite could as easily pull boats as pull this carriage. Away! Away! And at night, with the lanterns hung from the side and the post horn blowing, by George, we rouse the countryside! I omitted to say in my enthusiasm, my dear Farley, that a good braking device is most essential.
Annual November ceremony in the crypt of St. Nicholas Church in memory of John Whitson, that great wine merchant of Bristol who married 3 times but did not live to see the founding of Redmaids Hospital, subsequently famous Bristol Redmaids School. John Whitson was much concerned with the moral and spiritual education of the poor women of his day. His day ended in 1629, but it began most humbly some 40 years earlier, when he was a simple, hard-working apprentice to one Nicholas Cutts, a wine merchant.